In 2026, Vinicius Jr. isn't just one of the best footballers in the world. He is a walking multi-million-dollar empire. With a solidified net worth of $90 million built on speed, fame, and global dominance, he sits at the absolute summit of modern sports. From a Ferrari SF90 Stradale tearing through Madrid nights, to a private garage filled with supercars most fans will never see, to a mansion network stretching from Spain to Brazil that rivals European royalty. This is not just a football career anymore. It is a lifestyle built on silence, luxury, and unstoppable performance. But before the cars, before the contracts, before the global fame, there was a boy from São Gonçalo who had nothing but a ball and a dream that seemed impossible. He lives a life defined by extremes. In Madrid, he commands a sprawling €6 million estate in the exclusive gated community of La Moraleja, a property formerly owned by club legend Sergio Ramos. This 2,500 square meter fortress features contemporary architecture, 2 swimming pools, and a minimalist interior design for total privacy. Across the Atlantic, he has rooted himself in his home country with a massive 20 million real mansion in Rio de Janeiro's Barra de Tijuca. Built across 4 plots of land, this 3-story marvel includes a panoramic elevator, high-end marble finishes, and a soundproofed underground nightclub, creating the perfect balance between professional discipline and the vibrant Brazilian spirit. When he moves through the city, he does so with precision, power, and efficiency. His garage serves as a multi-million-dollar monument to his success, valued at approximately $3.5 million. The explosive speed of his crown jewel, Ferrari SF90 Stradale, the raw V12 powered aggression of the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, the track-focused precision of the Huracan STO, and the ultra-rare elegance of the Mercedes-Maybach S680 Virgil Abloh Edition. Yet, there is a fascinating irony in his collection. Despite owning these feats of automotive engineering, Vinicius does not drive. He has no driver's license, and he navigates the city exclusively from the passenger seat, always chauffeured. To understand how he reached this level of wealth and luxury, you have to go back to where it all started. Born on July 12, 2000, his training was forged in the heat of Brazil's grassroots system, a crucible that demanded technical brilliance and mental fortitude just to survive. Rising through the ranks of Flamengo, he displayed a predatory instinct for the goal and a terrifying speed that caught the eyes of the world's elite before he had even reached adulthood. When Real Madrid agreed to pay a record-breaking fee for a teenager who had not yet played in Europe, expectations became almost impossible to meet. Every missed chance was dissected by the media. Every performance was compared to the legends who had worn the famous white shirt before him. There were moments when critics questioned whether he could ever justify the hype. But instead of breaking under the pressure, Vinicius transformed it into fuel. Season after season, he refined his finishing, improved his decision-making, and evolved from a promising prospect into one of the most feared attackers in world football. The turning point came on football's biggest stage. Under the bright lights of the UEFA Champions League, Vinicius delivered when the pressure was at its highest. His decisive performances in knockout matches and finals transformed him from a talented winger into a proven winner. These nights elevated his status beyond statistics and sponsorships. They established him as a player capable of deciding the biggest games in the sport, a quality reserved for only a select few footballers in any generation. Success on the pitch transformed Vinicius into one of the most marketable athletes on the planet. Global brands quickly recognized his appeal to a younger generation of football fans. Partnerships with Nike, Pepsi, EA Sports, and other international companies expanded his influence far beyond the stadium. His image became a valuable asset in its own right, allowing him to generate millions through endorsement deals while building a personal brand recognized across every continent. The 2026 World Cup stage became the ultimate test of his legacy. In Brazil's iconic yellow shirt, Vinicius stepped into a pressure that few players in history have ever truly understood, where every touch is judged by an entire nation. And in those moments, When the lights were brightest and the stakes were highest, Vinicius didn't shrink. He accelerated. He turned expectation into movement, pressure into space, and chaos into opportunity. Away from football, Vinicius has increasingly focused on creating opportunities for young people growing up in circumstances similar to his own. Through educational initiatives and social projects in Brazil, he has invested in programs designed to give children access to technology, education, and sports. It is a reminder that while his lifestyle is defined by luxury, his long-term vision extends far beyond mansions, supercars, and trophies. By 2026, Vinicius is no longer viewed as merely one of football's brightest stars. He is increasingly being discussed alongside the game's elite figures as a potential future Ballon d'Or winner and long-term face of both Real Madrid and Brazilian football. Every season brings new expectations, yet he continues to thrive under the weight of them. Yet, at 25 years old, standing firmly at the summit of his sport, the hunger within him remains sharper than ever before. He walks out onto the pitch, the heavy weight of the iconic yellow jersey serving as a vivid reminder of the millions of eyes watching his every move, and the stadium lights catch a player who has already changed the fundamental nature of the game. The world calls him a star, but he is something more complex. He is a catalyst, a rare player who turns static matches into chaotic, beautiful art. The legend of Vini, Vini Flies, is not merely a story of how far he has come from the courts of São Gonçalo. It is the defining story of how much further he is going, powered by the exact same intensity and joy that carried him to the absolute pinnacle of human athletic performance.